Hey guys, do you want a full list of every app that I've ever reviewed starting from app review number 1? Go to my YouTube homepage and click the link under full list of applications. It'll give you a Word document including the title of an application, the pricing, and the rating. Hopefully this helps. I'll talk to you guys later.
Hello everyone, how are we doing today? Back with a set of another 10 application reviews for you guys here. This is going to be my 61 application review, and we have actually quite a few planned for this. I have 7 new applications. We're not going to put them all into this one review. We'll do 3 or 4 in this one, but just to start it off, we're going to start off with Mad Miner, and this is a new paid application from Skyworks, and it is a different application from their usual ones. Usually they do the quick arcade sports kind of ones, usually the same kind of gameplay methods, but this one, it's a side scroller. You're zoomed out and you are this mad miner over here going through to collect rubies, going through to collect gold, and avoid obstacles that you encounter along the way. So there's only one type of game mode, and when we play game you'll be brought in right into it. Alrighty. So you have a pretty heavy HUD here. You got a lot of stuff everywhere. Left side is our D-pad. Right above that is the amount of rubies that you need to collect to pass the level. Above that is our radar showing where all the gold is that gives you extra bonus points throughout the level. Above that is the time. You have to do this in a set amount of time, which I'm wasting right now. Right there is the level. This is our health bar. And there's our points, and then there's how many lives we have. So let's try and go through. Right side also, this is a jump and a dig. When you have to be over a patch of dirt and you'll actually be able to dig. So here's a patch of dirt that we can dig on. Oh, you gotta push down on this one. And the animations are actually really nice throughout this entire application. Really fun, really fluid animations. Big problem with it though, a lot of the time they will end up freezing on you, which gets extremely annoying. And if they do end up freezing, well, sometimes the application will crash, sometimes it won't crash, sometimes it'll actually just continue to play through after a second or two of frame rate issues, but a lot of the times though, it does freeze, especially when you're trying to dig down on one of the actual mine shafts, trying to dig a patch of dirt. So that's a pretty big problem with the application. But other than that, there we go, got all that. I've played this level before, so I know where everything is. Anyway, so you can go back. There's another ruby on the other side. But anyway, I'll show you what you can do. Dig down. And if you want to, see this little patch of just rubble, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, you can climb back up if you want to. So if I want to go back up the level, then I can actually go back and I can retrieve the stuff that I might have missed earlier. So that's going to be called Mad Miner. That is, I believe, $1.99 from the App Store. I recommend to go check it out. Usually Skyworks does release a light application though, so you might want to wait a week or two if you're just thinking about it. But other than that, it's a pretty fun application and it's different than the normal ones. Next app that I have for you guys is going to be a mix between Bejeweled and Trism. So we're going to start this one off, and it's called Falling Gems. I got it when it was a free application, and I probably want to try and get it while it's still a free application. When your main menu starts up, you have Start Game, Options, not too many options actually in here, Sound Effects, Volume, Color Blind Mode. I don't like Color Blind Mode at all. Kind of confused me actually when I first started it, so I'm not even going to try to explain it. Help and High Scores. I believe the high scores are all defaults. Yeah, all the high scores are actually defaults. They're all your high scores. I've played this game quite a few times, but I think I've only completed it once because it's pretty repetitive, and I've never been a huge fan of the same puzzler game over and over. So anyway, what we're playing right now is Start Game, and what we have here is just a bunch of different gems that we need to tap to switch positions, to make a pattern of 3 or more gems of the same color in any type of way. Down here at the bottom is our score. This is our time bar when it eventually gets down to this left end, then you're out of time and you lose. And then here's pause. When you pause, brings you to the menu and everything turns to a shaded brown. So if we want to, here's an example. Right here, these 2 greens and this green right here, actually let's just get this 4. These 2 greens and this green, accident. These 2 greens, that green. If I bring this green up in the middle, they will make a connection of 4. So tap here, then I'll tap this blue one. So there we go. and the gems will shift down. You get an infinite amount of gems that will actually come through. I don't believe there's levels. I don't think there's levels. I really don't remember seeing any. But other than that, this is pretty much the entire application, what I just showed you right there. Let's try and get some more patterns, because I'm really not so far. Cool thing about this feature is that you can actually use the accelerometer feature. So if I want to come in from this angle and make gems, they'll slide down that way. So you can actually kind of force which way you want the movements of the gems to actually fall in. That's a little nice feature about it, but a lot of the time, since you really can't tell where the gems are going to be coming from before they actually fall, it really doesn't help that much, but it's a cool feature. So that's going to be called falling gems. That's all I'm going to show you, because it's a pretty simple, very basic application, and that's pretty much all the content included. If it's free, definitely recommend it, because it is fun to play with, especially because it is a free style of Bejeweled that I've seen in the App Store so far. But if not, then that's really up to you. If you're a huge fan of those types of puzzlers, go out and check it out. If not, then that's completely up to you. Still on falling gems, don't know why. Next app that I have, this one is a blast. This one is going to be called Blox, B-L-O-X. And what does application? I got this when it was free, and even if it's not free, then I could recommend going to get it. Actually, it's a really fun one, different than ones I've seen. So what we have here is we have 4 different colored blocks, all with the same arrow on each of the colored blocks. So green example will be facing up, and when you encounter a green block that slides onto the screen, you swipe up on that green block, and that gets you 1 point. If you swipe to a different side, then you don't get a point at all, and it kind of just it counts as a miss. So it's a lot of fun. It starts out very slow. It constantly gets faster with the music. I'm sure a lot of you actually heard this music, but anyway, these are the instructions if you want to. If not, just to start it. So really slow at first, yeah, but it gets pretty crazy. You get a few different blocks on the screen at once. And with so many, you figure that you might just be able to memorize the colors and where to throw them, but you're going so fast a lot of the time. Some blocks will even get in the way, which can be kind of annoying. And your eyes are on other blocks, but you're doing the motions of the one different block, so it can be really annoying, but definitely really fun. It's a fun puzzler. I love this application, actually. For a simple little puzzler, I do still find myself playing it. I got it when it was free in the App Store. If you can still get it when it's free, then I recommend definitely picking this one up. This one's a blast to play, and especially because all my friends that have actually picked this one up and actually started playing it, they all love it just as much as I do. But if you find it when it's still paid, then that will be up to you as well. I would recommend getting it when it's 99 cents actually, but anything really hot, that was terrible because I probably did one hand. Anything really other than 99 cents, that'll be up to you. But I definitely recommend it for $1 or $2. It's a fun application. Here we are at our high score at the very end. It tells you your high score. You really can't enter in your high score name. It's just known as U. My high score is 148. All these ones below me, I have a couple in here from me, but they are all defaults that are built into your device. There's no online high scores. There's Taunt a Friend, where you can email a friend your score, or you can touch here to start a new game. So that's the entire application. That's going to be called Blox, and it seems very simple. It definitely is, but it's definitely a very fun, pretty addicting, and very original application that I've seen so far. And if you're looking for it, it's B-L-O-X in the App Store, Blox. And we'll get one more application in here. I want all those last 3 to be in my next review. Those are actually a lot of fun. Recommendation though, go get TableFish. Actually, you know what? We'll just do TableFish instead of MapQuest, because TableFish is temporarily free. So this is going to be called TableFish. It's originally a $4.99 download, and it is temporarily free. And the game that I would most likely relate it to is going to be called Scattergories. I've played Scattergories. It's a little board game that you can play with, and what you do here, down at your bottom HUD, you have players. You can add or delete players, and also you can edit their names, rules on how to actually play the application, and then about. Go through rules first. It actually helps explain it quite a bit. So it tells you how to play, and then it also tells you examples and whatnot of the gameplay. So we have 3 different players, and none of the players will actually be using the iPod actually to write anything down with. I'll try to explain it first. What you do here is when you first start TableFish, when you start a round of TableFish, it'll give you a letter and it'll give you a topic. So if I got the letter S and then I got fruits, what you would do, every player has their own piece of paper and their own pen, and I'm sure most players would write strawberry. Are there other fruits that start with S? If there's other fruits that start with S, write that in the comments below, because I can't think of any. It's a terrible example. We'll try to do non-man-made things that start with A. Non-man-made things, you could write asteroids. Asteroids are not man-made things. Asteroids come from space. So yeah, that's a correct one. But if you want to try one that you can actually convince the other players around you, because you want to get you want to score points that players have not selected that same topic. So if another player selects the same topic, as you example, if 2 players work on asteroids, then you both have to cross it off, and neither one of you get a point for that. And you go around the room until one player has something left to say, and the last player to actually say a category that everyone in the group agrees with that actually can be counted for, that last player will get the point. So let's try and go, and we'll show you some of the categories. So right now we have TV shows that start with P. Parental Control. Price is Right. I'm sure someone's actually saying a show right now, and since I can't hear you, we're just going to click done. So we'll go back to the round, and here we go. So what you do here is whoever got that last score agreed with on the group, then you push plus. So let's say player 3 got it, and now player 3 is in first place with 1 point. So you can go back in, do it again, and there's actually, here we go. Fruit and vegetables, A. Wow, that's really weird. Actually, I never actually saw that topic when I first played. Fruit and vegetables with A. Asparagus, apples. That's all I got, so we're going to go back in, say player 1 got that point. That's the entire application. That's going to be called TableFish. I recommend getting it. It's one of the most original applications I've seen to come to the iPod. It's not that original of a game, but to actually see it on the iPod or iPhone, it's very original. It's a great application. It is temporarily free. It's originally $5, so get it as soon as possible. But seeing it and actually loving the game's categories when I was younger, this game is pretty similar to it. And this is one of the few applications that can get multiple people included into a game at one time from such a small device. Usually it's pass and play with an iPod or an iPhone, but this application you just need to see the words on the screen and then you'll be able to play with a huge group. So that's going to be called TableFish. Free application. Recommend going to check it out now. That's all I have in this review, guys. I got these other 3 saved up for my next review. I'll also probably have some more in that next review. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you guys in this one. We'll go through one more time in the 4 that I just reviewed for you. Mad Miner, Falling Gems, Blox, B-L-O-X, and then my last one was TableFish. So go check them all out, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will talk to you later.